right, y'all. So we're going to get started with this blended value chart, and we'll start with it very light on the left, and then it's going to get darker as it goes over. So I'm going to move this over, and we will start with our 2H pencil. And when we start with a value chart, we start with the middle section because the medium value is the easiest to get. So remember our angle that you're holding your pencil at. So you hold your pencil like this, not like this, not flat, 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 but like this. Okay, so we're going to go straight up and down. It just looks a little funny over the camera. And then you're going to start making your overlapping ovals. And again, start in the middle. Now this is going to change or transition gently from dark to light. You're trying to hide the stroke lines, but it's great to practice over here because you're going to have to layer other tones on top of it. And so if you're having a hard time getting it to blend to start with, that's okay because you will be able to layer other pencil value on top of it and it won't matter. So we're going to go like this and get just a nice, even, light tone. I know that that's hard to see because of the camera. That's just kind of how it goes. And then over here, start using very light pressure. In approximately the first 2 squares, you're going to be using that very, very, very light pressure so that it just barely shows up. So it's 2H over the whole thing. Very, very light, trying to hide your stroke direction. Just like this. Okay, and I'm going to come around and check on you. So you're ready to start on the 2B when you have the value going light to a little bit darker. These 3 tones should be about the same, okay? So the medium and the dark and the very dark should be about the same at this point. Then it's time to switch to your 2B pencil. And we're going to use the 2B, again, starting in the medium tone and using just light pressure to add the value in the medium tone. And what I'm going to do with it is use super light pressure to make a bridge tone, like a gentle transition tone between the very light and the medium. And then I'm going to just continue using light pressure as I go down into the dark section. Just like that. And then I'm going to use a little bit heavier of pressure, but not push real hard, just push a little bit harder in this 4th section. And then I will go over this other side over here, go in different directions, right? Like that looks like a hot mess right now, but I'm going to go over it in other ways so that it will blend the tones in. And it helps you to blend the tones in if you go over it in different directions. And then I want to make sure that it's gently changing from dark to light. So I'll have this medium section, and then I'm going to let it get a little bit darker as it goes over to the dark side. So we're going to go through it there. And then I'm just going to use a really light 2B so you can see how it's getting light to dark. And then I'll go over it a little with the 2H again, just blending stuff in. Right, making sure that my lines get blended in, that I've gone several directions, that as much as possible you can't see the stroke direction, that it just looks like a tone. We're going to go in now with the 6B, and the 6B is really only going to go on the back 2. All right, and so you're going to start with your 6B, which is a strange and grainy pencil, and it's going to, just one moment please. So we're going to use the 6B, and it's only going to go in part of the 4th square, and then it will go over all of your last square, blending things in. So I'm using really light pressure to make this transition, and then I went over the whole last square with medium pressure. And then I'm going to go into this with heavier pressure and the 2B or the 6B. So I'm still using just the 6B. Sorry, I misspoke. And then now I'm going to go into here and make sure that it gently fades into the darkest tone, that I don't have a line. And I'll get a line sometimes. I've kind of got a line working right now. And so I'm just going to blend over it with my pencil. Just like that. So it will get nice and dark. On the ends, like so. And then you pick up your 2H and you go over the whole thing with the 2H again, except for the really light area that you want to stay super, super light. But your 2H will really blend your other values if you use it correctly. And here I'm just kind of using it on its side in that weird grainy way that I don't like at the beginning, but right now, just to blend, just use the side and it can go over. Then you're looking for holes in your value, anywhere where it's not transitioning as gently as it could, and you're looking to fill in the holes. But this is your blended modeled value chart.